Hey friends. Okay, so I am excited about React 16.8.0 because that's when hooks is coming, and I'm really excited about hooks. So I'm just sitting here refreshing the page over and over and over again, and then I decide, okay, maybe I've got some work to do. So I'm gonna just leave that open where it is, and what I'm actually going to be working on today is this little change that we're making to React Testing Library to use a new tool that React is going to be exposing. So here, let me find that. Let's see, it's React polls. I was looking at it recently. It's in React's test utils in this pull request. It is called act, and you can pull it in from React DOM/test utils. But that's currently not available because it hasn't been published yet. Sure would be easier if it were published, but it's not yet. So the thing is that with this new release of React, anytime you React calls or you in your test, you call set state through some code path. So you click on a button and it goes through a set state call, or there are lots of different reasons for set state to be called. But anytime it's called, if it's not called within an act callback, then you're going to get a warning. So this is going to impact everybody. Enzyme will have to make some updates to handle this case as well. And so this isn't specifically for hooks, but it does help with use effect hook. Because as of today, we have this experimental flush effects function that you can call to make all the effects, so that the use effect callbacks get called right away. So what this is going to do is it's after this act function is finished, it's going to flush all the effects for you automatically. So what's cool about that is now in React Testing Library, we're going to call this for you anytime you use fire effect, which is the only time your state calls should be called. Well, presumably, I guess you could have data subscriptions and stuff. So we're going to re-expose this so you can do that yourself. But for fire effect, you'll get that, and then we'll expose, or most of the time you should be all set to go. So I guess the challenge is, something I hadn't considered is, what if I click on a button and then there's an asynchronous request and it comes back with a, and it calls your callback, and that calls the set state. So we'll have to, I'll make sure to write a test for that and see what that should look like. But yeah, so for now, this is I just want to get fire event to automatically be called inside of an act, so that we don't have any warnings for most situations. Okay, so a couple of questions already. Will this be available to watch later? Yes, at this URL, you'll be able to watch this. Hey Kent, I saw an old video that you're big on Angular back in the day. Are there any features of Angular that you miss when working with React? Nope, zero. When I started with React, I was like, so with Angular, I can apply different directives to the same component and have that all of those things be applied. But that was before, and actually back in those days, we still had mixins, and so that was the solution, is you just use a mixin. Yeah, and then I just didn't really like the idea of having to nest things to like compose things together. But I got over that pretty quick, and now with hooks coming right around the corner, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want to do this any other way. So, yeah, and that is a good question for my AMA. I'll put a link to my AMA right here, kcd.im/AMA. Yeah, good question. Okay, cool. So let's make this happen, right? So the first thing that I need to do is, right now I've got React 16.8.0 added to my package.json, but that is not, what on earth? There we go. If I go, we're gonna cat node modules React package.json. There, just got a little. Okay. All right. So the version is 16.7.0. So 16.8.0 is still not released. Let's just double check. Maybe no. Sometime soon they're gonna release it. So yeah, even though I've got it in my package.json as that, I'm gonna gonna do this doodad here. So how do I get React 16.8 installed in a project when that actually hasn't even been created yet? Well, what I'm gonna do is, I know that there's like fancy ways with npm link to do this, so I'm gonna try that. I've done it in the past, and yeah, we'll just give it a shot. So we're gonna git clone that. We'll cd into React. By the way, if you're used to my dev tips, which are not always short, but they're typically more focused, I'm starting a new thing called Coding with Kent, where I'm just like coding along, and you're going to be just watching me code. So it may not be totally as focused as what you're used to, but I will still try to make it entertaining and educational, most importantly. So this is me just working. Okay, so then we're gonna make a build, and this actually takes a hot minute. Oh man, I thought I had that installed. Brew JDK. Let me brew cask install Java. I thought that I already had it installed. Yeah, I do have it installed. Not installed. Oh, not installed. Okay, well, fine. We'll do that. Maybe that was on my work computer that I did this. But the reason I need to have Java is because React builds with the Closure plugin from Rollup, which eventually depends on Google Closure Compiler, which is a Java thing and uses a jar. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Java. And I make the screen a little bigger for viewers, like this. It's a little bit late for me to change the screen resolution. I'm not sure what would happen, but I'll try to bump up the fonts of everything everywhere I go. And I'll keep this in mind in the future. Maybe I'll do a 1080p or a 720p rather than 1080p or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Okay, sweet. So we're installing Java stuff. OpenJDK from Oracle. Thank you, Oracle, for that, I guess. This is typically when I would be going over to Twitter and tweeting weird things. Yeah. Password. Okay. That's not terrifying. It worked. Okay. So now if I go Java version, there we go. Nice. I have Java installed on my machine. Great. So now I'm going to do yarn build. Do I prefer terminal app rather than VS Code's integrated terminal? For tasks like this that are not really like it's a global thing, I actually really like the terminal app. But yeah, I use the built-in terminal quite a bit. But I like to use the built-in terminal for like running the server or the tests or whatever, stuff that is relevant to the current directory. And VS Code's integrated terminal has, I've noticed, some performance issues. And also, if I try to do this, it would not like that very much. So that's super annoying to me that it doesn't like redraw as I'm resizing it. So yeah, if I could have the like, that's the thing. I'm always like sad with the current state of my tools because I like some things from this tool and I like some things from that tool, and I just have to choose which one do I dislike the most, or do I dislike the least. So this is pretty good, the integrated terminal. What I like about this is I can like command click on files if it lists out the whole thing. I'm not sure what, I don't know. Anyway, if it lists it out, I can command click on it, or option click, and it'll take me to that file. I like that a lot. I use that plenty. And yeah, the fact that it's just sitting right here is really nice. But this one, I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, it actually takes quite a bit of time to build React. like all of the React stuff. You've got tons, and it's using Closure Compiler to make it as small as possible, which is kind of cool. Next version of VS Code will have terminal reflow. Sweet! That's great to hear, Ray. Thanks for mentioning that. So by that, Ray is talking about this, how it's like reflowing as I'm resizing it. VS Code currently does not do that, but apparently the next version will, which is great. So React Fire Dev. Ooh, what's that all about? There's a project that I guess maybe they've already started working on it called React Fire, which is a rewrite of React DOM. Yeah, that's what this looks like. That is. So that's kind of fun. There's my React DOM test utils. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, React test utils. We got native stuff. Unstable. I love it. React DOM server.browser. Wait, what? That's funny. Yeah, so Sildo just mentioned iTerm2 is my terminal of choice. I think I tried it like once, but I wasn't super excited about that. Okay, so it looks like we just got word. Kevin Wolf just said that Dan just tweeted no hooks for me today. That is sad. Well, we'll see how far we can get with building this, and then it'll be ready for tomorrow, and that'll be great. Dude, it's 6 a.m. It's not 6 a.m. Clearly, it's 4:02. Ah, we're all over the world here. People are funny. Well, that's too bad. I think it's probably just docs stuff. So, that's unfortunate. Ooh, I'm gonna favorite this. I automated that that tweet to send out at this time while I'm live streaming. That's interesting. Okay, so are we there yet? Nope. Still taking a long time. Taking a long time. Related to today's video, I think there is a way to use grid for reflow. Oh, cool. Can you list all the tools in the info block, please? All of my tools? Like what? And what info block? I'm not sure what you're talking about. But I am eventually going to make a kcd.im/uses. That'll go to my website, to a uses page, so I can have all my tools listed there so that people have answers to that question. But not today. That will take a long time. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of that because I know we're not releasing that yet. But I can build it myself, and we can make that work. Here, I'm going to actually explore here a little bit. So we've got build and dist, and that's where all those files are going. So here's the challenge. I don't think I'll be able to use npm link. If I cd into packages React, for example, in here, let's cat the package JSON, find out what files they say they want to include: the license, readme, build info JSON, index, CGS, and UMD. So unless there's a final step at the end of all of this build that copies all those folders over or something, would be kind of weird. I can't run npm link here because it doesn't have the files that it needs, which is too bad. So we'll have to manually copy over stuff. Ooh, I don't know about that. This may not work out too well. Yay, there we are. Okay, so let's, yeah, so I can't npm link. Too bad. But what I can do is I can make some guesses as to which React packages I need, and then I'll just copy files over and we'll just see. So I'm going to switch this to, let's see, what do we got here? React. We'll look at Canary. Actually, you know what? They released this they released this 5 hours ago, which includes all the stuff that I want, I think. So let's just install this. Wow, that could have saved us a lot of time. So we'll do, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be the same. And we'll yarn. Okay, so now if I look at that version, got my dependencies. Where's the version? There it is. Sweet. Okay. Let's make sure that hooks is enabled. So we'll go to node modules, React DOM, CJS. Oh goodness. React DOM development. Enable hooks. Oh, hooks. Whoa, what happened? Okay. I'm guessing, so they used to have a variable in here called enable hooks, and I'm guessing that they've removed that variable because it's now enabled by default. So use state. Ta-da, there it is. Throw invalid hook error. Ha. Nice. Cool stuff. All right. So we've got our hooks and everything. Let me actually check one more thing. We got React DOM. Test utils. Here we go. Yeah, let's dive into that. Okay, act. Oh, great. Act, invoke, yes. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. Act, it looks like you wrote act async something or return to promise. Don't do that. Putting is not supported. Yeah, that's too bad. Okay, callback pass must not return anything. All right, that's good to know. Can't use an inline arrow function then. Oh, whoops. And let's see. Do not await the result of calling. That is not a promise. Oh, haha, clever, clever. This was written by my good friend Sunil Pai, who has fun commit messages. Okay, cool. Sweet. So now I can, let's do this thing. We're going to pull in act. Oh, actually, no, it's not from React DOM. It is from import act from React DOM test utils. Alrighty, sweet. So now, what I need to do is, first of all, we need to get rid of flush effects. That's going to go away for sure. So I'm going to flush effects. We'll remove all those first. Get rid of the typings. And this is not going to be a breaking change because it was an experimental feature. This is why you label things as experimental. Then we've got our test, flush effects, get rid of all that. Actually, it would be nice to know if this still passes without flush effects. So use effect. Oh, wait, no, without causing usage. Yeah, that didn't do anything anyway, so we're good. Okay, sweet. So flush effects is gone, even from the README. Huh, I guess I never, oh, that's probably in the doc site now, so I'll have to get rid of that later. Okay, let me just check out. Okay, sweet. So let us give this a whirl. We're going to use act anytime we want to use fire event. So we've got a couple of places where we override fire event itself, or we override properties from fire event, and then we export, and then we export everything from DOM testing library, which includes fire event. So it's kind of side effecty when you import this. It changes fire event, and that's just the way that it is. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to make a change to this though. We're going to have our own fire event, so we'll have const. Yeah, let's do this up here. So instead of manipulating the fire event that you get from DOM testing library, I'm going to create a new object that just copies all of the same functions or uses all the same functions that DOM testing library does, and then exposes that fire event. That way people can import fire event from DOM testing library and get it totally unaltered. Okay, so yeah. Let me, before I get into all this though, I'm gonna write a test that I can use to run things, and that way I can have console logs and have it all show up right away. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna add, actually first thing I'm gonna do is git move source test test hook to source test hook.js. You know why I did that? Because if I didn't use git move and I tried to rename it myself, Git would not pick it up, and that would be really annoying. And so I do kebab case for all my file names because if I want to recase anything, I have to use Git to do it. Otherwise, Git will get mad, and I think that's silly. So that's the way that's going to be. But I didn't nitpick on the PR because I knew I could come fix it later. Okay, so now we're going to be, actually, you know what? Where are we at? So far, it's just been kind of some cleanup stuff. I'm just going to commit this. Commit. This is a work in progress. Move things. Yeah, I don't know. No verify. Okay, sweet. So now I've got a clean git history. Whoa. We're gonna add a, well, maybe we'll do it to the hooks. No, that's special utility. We'll just do a temp.js. To rename me. Whoop. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna test temp. I don't know what to call it. So we'll have a function called, yeah, we'll just do counter or timer. And this is going to, we're going to want to import React from React and import render from, yeah, from there. Maybe, I think I can produce the issue without using a timer, actually, without using useEffect. So we'll just do a counter, and we'll say our count and set count equals react.useState, and then return button that renders the count, and on click set count to count +1. All right, so that's our counter. We're gonna const container first child button node and render counter. Oops. Okay, so with that button node, we're gonna fire event click on the button node and expect button node to have text content of 1. And then we gotta pull in fire event. Okay, so now if I run the test, it should fail, I think. nrt is alias to npm run test. Okay, you have text contents, not a what? I guess I need to import the thing manually. Am I doing that everywhere? Yeah, I guess I'm doing the cleanup manually. Yeah, there's my manual import. Okay, fine. We'll do, maybe I'll fix that later so I don't have to do the manual import. Import cleanup after each cleanup. Okay, cool. Sweet, we got it passing, so that's good, but it should be logging a warning, so that's not good. That's what I expected to happen, so we'll see what's going on here. What's the fancy VS Code plugin that makes the props like on press all fancy font? That's not a plugin. This is here, I'll just shoot you something. http://kcd.im my font theme mtf. Yeah, Okay. So why is it not warning? So I know that it's supposed to warn because warn if we detect set state on a hook in JS DOM environment. So it should be doing that. Maybe this is something that doesn't exist yet, or maybe their logic is flawed. Yeah, here we go. Warn without stack. It looks like you're in a test kind of state outside of an act. Good, blah, blah. Huh. Well, let's figure out why that's not being called. Open doodad here. Well, RG for the RG is what is RG? Can't remember what it's called. But it's like a faster grep. Man, what was that? I can't remember what it's called. Sorry. So node modules. There we go. Except that's pretty generic. Let's look for this. Yeah, it's not in there. Huh. Interesting. Let me find this. Maybe we're pulling in the wrong version of the React compiler. Okay, let's go back to that comment. I think I may have. Oh, that's an expect call. There we go. Yeah, it's the scheduler. That's what I want. Rip grep. That's what RG is. Thank you. Okay. Huh. Yeah, it looks like that never made it in to the final thing. Interesting. Yeah, it's outdated. Okay, well, let me look at the files changed here. See what changes ended up making it into here. Yeah, it says it's right there. Was this merged to a different branch? No, it's here. Huh, okay, well, let's warn if not currently batching in dev. There it is. Okay. Okay, sweet. So I think I was looking for the wrong stuff. Must have gotten changed, like the text changed. There we go. Okay, and this right here, this is why I actually I like using VS Code's integrated terminal is I can alt click and boom, there I am. Okay, so wow, this is a very big file. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I gotta figure out which one of these we're actually using. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run or shoot, how do I do this? Node, node modules, bin, jest, run in band. Do I have a config in this project? I need to run jest in the debugger so that I can figure out which one of these files we're actually loading. Yes, the config's right there, so we don't need to worry about that. And we'll do inspect, and we'll do. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so now I can open up this and pull that open. Okay. So now I'm gonna look for React. Whoop. Hold on a second. Looking for this. This is showing up in a bunch of files, so let's try to get the actual message. Okay, so it's in React DOM.development. Let's find that. React DOM development. Okay. URSTU. Okay, you all are seeing React right now, but I'm not, right? React is not in here. Okay. That's odd. Okay, let's do this. Go to temp.js, add a debugger. There we go. Okay, so then I dive into here. That's going to get me into React development, which is VM something or other. What? Okay, whatever. Okay. Yeah. For some reason, it's not going up here. I thought that I. Interesting. Okay. So inside a test, not wrapping, blah blah blah. Warn if not currently batching. Well, that's interesting. I'm not sure why my debugger. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's the right one. Oof. Weird. Okay, so is rendering is false, is batching updates true. So let's go back in this on click here. Okay, so it looks like I don't need to not batching updates. Huh. Okay, so I must have misunderstood. I guess this is a good thing. So let me try to reproduce this a different way. We're gonna just save that. Let's try an effect. So we'll do a no, not a timer. Dealing with time in tests is like super annoying. So instead, oh, I just realized that like probably the bottom right is the worst place for my video to be because it's like covering up all the things I'm typing. So is that better? Nope, that's worse. I don't know where this thing should go. Can I like? I'll just make it smaller. I'm moving everything. That was not supposed to happen. There we go. Okay, now I'm itty bitty. So yeah, we're gonna use an effect, and I'm gonna do a we'll just do a total contrived example. So React use effect, and let effect calls equal, or actually let's just do const effect callback equals just a function, and then our use effect we'll just do that. Yep, that's what we'll do. We'll just stick an effect in there. Oh, but let's have that I don't know. I'm pretty sure that this is going to work just fine. Let's see. Or we'll expect the effect callback to have been called times once. That is going to fail. What? Huh. Okay, friends, I really have no idea. This is interesting. So before I had to do a flush effect to make that. make sure that it would run the effect, but now it's not. So I need to have a word with Sunil about what changes need to happen here, because yeah, right now there are no changes that I can see need to happen. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, well, just get rid of that for now. And I'm going to make a branch. Wait for debugger to disconnect. Let's get rid of that. We'll add things, commit a work in progress. Let's make this no need for act, I guess. Okay, yeah. Actually, I want to make this on a branch for the next branch. So PR act test utils act, and we'll push that, and then we'll make a pull request, but we're going to pull it into next. Do we need to use React DOM test utils act? I'm not sure what's up here, but it looks like we don't need it after all. The test here is passing, and I'm not seeing any warning. It just works. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Help. Appreciated. Let's get 3.1 and or wait, what is Dan's thing? GitHub Garian, or yeah, there it is. Yes, I have been to his blog source. Okay. And Garian, and who else was on that? React polls. I don't want to like ping everybody. We'll just do the two of them. They were the ones who were talking with me mostly anyway. Okay. I would expect this to fail. Okay. Sweet. So that's as far as we're going here. Yeah. That's very strange. Okay. I think that's all I'm gonna do. I have other things that I need to do, and the day's almost over, so I'm gonna wrap things up. Thanks for joining me. Before I leave, I'm gonna put this little guy back. Ah! Okay. I think I'm too funny. Okay. Dang it. This thing is not as easy as it looks. I'm so big. Just kidding. Okay. Somewhere around there, I guess. That works. Having a green screen makes it so I can make it bigger without making a big impact on the quality, which is nice. One of these days, I'm gonna show you what my office all looks like, because it's kind of fun how I made all this work. Like I've got giant lights up on my ceiling and on the floor so that I can light up the green screen well enough. Eventually, I'm hoping to get a DSLR camera for my webcam, and then I mean, I'll probably still need the lights, but it'll be a lot cleaner and nicer looking. And when I do this, you won't see the green in my fingers. Okay, that's it for me. If you want to, where did I put that PR? It's around here. Yeah, this one. I will paste this in here, and you can go inspect it and play around with it and just see see why it's working. It should be logging an error. It should be logging this right here. That's what it's supposed to be logging, but it's not. Here, let's just investigate this really quick. Why not? Why not? Warning without stack. Where is that? The function. Well, it actually, we saw it. It doesn't even get into the place where it calls this function. So yeah, something wonky is going on, and I don't know what it is. So, all right. That was fun, hopefully, at least sort of interesting. And yeah, I will see you all later. And I need to come up with so I've got my dev tips video thing like this. And that's pretty cool, right? I need to actually change that dev tips thing so it doesn't say short videos, because my dev tips are sometimes quite long. And then I'm going to make a new one that is for these Coding with Kent videos, so you always know what you're about to look at. Okay, so that wasn't exactly what I promised I would show you today, but that's what I did show you, and I hope it was sort of interesting diving into things and seeing how to run our tests in and like get a debugger in there and stuff, which is kind of interesting. So, all right, I'm gonna jump out. Peace. Have a nice one.